So what are your greatest strengths? You and I both know that at some point during your interview this question is bound to be asked. The hardest part of speaking about your biggest strength is finding that right balance in your response. The balance of not appearing too humble and underselling your achievements and skills, but at the same time not bragging and selling yourself too much. How to talk about your strength without sounding like you are bragging. And which strength you should mention in your interviews. This is exactly what I'm going to teach you in this video. Stick with me till the end, where I also share greatest strength-related sample answers, which of course will help you while coming up with your own response. I'm Marat from EMMOTION, and if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, then definitely hit the subscribe and enable the notification bell so you won't miss out my weekly professional growth content. Nearly all interviewers will ask you about your strength, sometimes with slight variation of the question. For example, how do you stand apart from other candidates? What would your colleagues say are your best qualities? What are you good at and how would you apply that to this role? Which skills made you accomplish things you are most proud of? Etc., etc. No matter how this question is asked, what the interviewer really wants to know is, are your strengths useful for the responsibilities of this job and for the needs of the company? And do you really know which skills are important for the job you have applied for? This could seem silly, but it will make it clear for you. Imagine if you are interviewing for a position in finance, but you mention how strong your interior design skills are. Such response will immediately signal to the interviewer that you do not understand the requirements of this job. The bottom line of your response is to highlight the qualities that your potential employer will value the most. And you can easily highlight these strengths following these 4 simple steps. Number 1. Find out what is important for this role. Read the job description closely. Figure out what the job requires and what is important to this company. The idea is being honest about your strength and at the same time giving the company what they need, giving the company what they want to hear. Mentioning what is important for the company will make you stand out from the competition. It will also indicate your ability to settle into this job a lot faster. Number 2. Analyze yourself and be honest with your response. Think about it and even make a list of the major strengths that you possess. Understanding your strength and what you are good at will always serve you, no matter what you do in life. It will always be helpful. Then select a couple of strengths which are useful for the role you are interviewing for. Make sure you don't mix your strength with your achievements. Number 3. Prepare specific and detailed examples. Giving a detailed example immediately makes your answer powerful. You shouldn't wait for the interviewer to ask you to elaborate further on your strength. Explain how you use this specific strength to achieve a specific result. Number 4. Don't say how good you are without a proof. A true strength is your skill or your talent which can be backed up by examples. Saying how great you are without providing examples is clearly bragging. Like, I was the best HR manager the company ever had. I always have amazing ideas. My brain works like a computer. Aside from not sounding truthful, these statements have nothing to do with what you have been asked. So I repeat, whenever you mention any strength, be prepared for an immediate follow-up question, which is, how did you use this strength in your previous position? And just as I promised, here are sample answers to make this even easier for you. Example for a role which requires good communication skills. I have always been really strong when it comes to communication. Whether it's over the phone, in person, or written, I tend to express myself in a clear and concise manner. In my current role as a project leader, I received several positive feedbacks from my manager. One of them was for solving a difficult situation with our biggest client. The client was about to stop buying from us due to a couple delivery mistakes during the same week. I managed to convince them to give us a chance by making them feel valued and their business being appreciated. Thanks to our weekly conversations, they are still buying from us. I even got an acknowledgement in the company newsletter for being really good at talking to clients. I'm sure this strength will help me to do well on this job, since I'm really used to being in contact with individuals from different backgrounds. The role which requires leading a team. I pride myself on my leadership and on my team management skills. My leadership skills had always come natural. I developed them through supervising junior team members with the guidance of my former manager at my first job, where I stayed for 8 years. At my current job, I was given the task of transforming an underperforming team of 4. I monitored the performance of each team member, and I designed an action plan for each of them, sitting down with them to share my feedback and my expectations. I also gave the team members clear targets to reach. Just in a few months, I managed to turn the team around, and right now this team is one of the most productive ones within the company. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, please thumb it up and share it with whoever you think it would be beneficial to. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, and see you in my next video coming up.